Julie and Julia, released on August 7th, it is also based on a true story. Actually, it's based on two true stories. The early beginnings of TV icon and chef Julia Child, and Julie Powell, an aspiring writer from Queens, who decides to blog about cooking for a year. These two leading ladies are played by Meryl Streep and Amy Adams, who, in stark contrast to the characters in Public Enemies, are actually what really save this film, which is mostly a 2-hour movie about French cooking. They are adorable, endearing, and fun to watch as they both sink their teeth into their respective roles. Stanley Tucci and Chris Messina play the husbands of both actresses, with Tucci doing an especially fine job as Mr. Child. He isn't given much to work with in this film, but he really hits a home run with his character. Again, since this movie wasn't based on a true story, you already know where some of it's going to go, so there aren't many big surprises in store, and for the most part, the plot does little to excite. But really, you're getting two movies for the price of one here, a la Godfather Part 2. Although it's needlessly hinted towards at the end of the film that Julie and Julia might actually meet, that development goes nowhere and the viewer's left with a sort of unfulfilled desire to see the two stories somehow converge. My disappointment doesn't come from the lack of converging narratives, but rather at director Nora Ephron, who in the final 10 minutes of the film thought it would be a good idea to sort of tease the audience with that possibility, before completely forgetting about it and ending the film on a bit of a sour note. Nuances aside, this film was a quirky and fun movie that somehow made cooking and blogging interesting for 2 hours. Without the stellar performances from the principal and supporting cast, I definitely would have rated this picture lower. And although it has nothing to do with the film, I love that the original blog Julie Powell wrote in 2002, the one the movie is based off of, is still online. It makes for a great read if you liked the movie, and if you're interested, link to it is in the sidebar. Anyway, that's what I thought about Julie and Julia. Let's see what you guys said. Bobashi J wrote, "For Julie and Julia, I was expecting a major chick flick. It turned out pretty good. There were comedy and all of the actors were great choices for their parts. It's almost scary how Meryl Streep got into her character for Julia Child so well. I definitely give it a 9 out of 10. Katie1881 wrote, "Julie and Julia, it wasn't cut out to what I thought it would be, and the end made me very mad. I wouldn't watch it again if I could. It was a waste of money and time." Okay, so we've heard the good and the bad. Let's fire up the Rate-O-Matic and see how this movie did. Definitely a lot closer than last time. I gave this movie a 6, you guys gave this movie a 5. Seems fair enough. And if you do fancy a screening of Julie and Julia, I definitely recommend you bring your significant other along. This movie works much better as a date film.